Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Modern Family Season 1 Halloween. I love Modern Family. I love that show. I love that show. I love that show. Until it started to suck. Oh geez, I think it started to go bad around season 5 or 6. Something like that. But yeah, it used to be so good in the beginning. I remember the creators said that, they would take stories based off their lives and put it in the show. They must have stopped after a while because it just wasn't good no more. But in this episode, we find out something very interesting about two characters. First one is Jill. She is, I think that's her name. Claire. No, Claire. Oh man. I really messed up that time. Claire. We find out she is obsessed with Halloween. It's her favorite holiday. I never would have thought that because she's so uptight. And Phil, his favorite holiday is Halloween as well. So they get to do kind of cool stuff. So it starts off. Um, she's talking to her son, and she pretends to chop off her hand in a very hysterical way. He's all like, so her son Luke is not impressed, but then Phil does something with his hand, and it freaks him out. So in this episode, it's basically Claire's about to have a Halloween haunted house thing, and so all the kids when they go trick or treating, they come in, and she has set it up. She has micromanaged it, everything. And so Haley has a hard time finding a costume this entire episode. Basically, she dresses like the attractive, sexy slut. Her mom does not like that because she's a teenager. Every outfit she has on is shorter and shorter and shows more and more leg. And so, Alex, this is back in the days when she was sarcastic to her. So, see, the show was funnier when the characters had conflict with each other. And once they all started getting along, the show got boring. And so Mitchell, his storyline in this is that he works at a new law firm. And so he overhears that they're going to have like a costume type thing. And his old firm didn't do that. So he's excited. And so he dresses up as Spider-Man. It's a pretty cool costume, I have to say. And so, this is also when we had the original Lilies, the twins, who decided they hated the show when they was 2 years old and they didn't want to be on it no more. How did they know that at 2 years old? I don't get that. Anyway, so as his boyfriend Cam is zipping him up, Cam is starting to talk about why he hates Halloween. And he doesn't go into detail. He just keeps telling everybody he hates it. It's traumatic. It scarred him as a child, but he won't say why. And so, when he goes to work, Mitchell realizes nobody is wearing a costume except for the two guys that told him about that. And the two guys told him about that are dorks. So he's all calling Kim. He's all like, oh man, I'm screwed and da 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 da. And they're going to make fun of me. And Cam reminds him that he still has his suits in the trunk from laundry and stuff. And so somehow he puts it on without getting out the car. But he doesn't take his costume off, which he should have. I don't know why. But he just wears it underneath the suit. And all throughout at work, his costume making a squeaking noise. It's irritating and pissing off his boss. So he goes to the restroom. And I think he's gonna take it off so he can just wear his regular suit. But he takes his suit off and leaves it on the counter. Oh, cause something happened. It got wet, and so he was trying to dry it off. No, wait. He went to the restroom. That's right, to use the bathroom to pee. But he drops part of his suit in the toilet, so he's trying to dry it off. Somebody comes in, the janitor dude, so he leaves it on the counter. And as he's in the stall in his Spider-Man costume, which is a hilarious pose, the janitor takes his suit So he calls Cam. Cam's all like, you know who could really help you right now? Spider-Man. So we see Mitchell climbing outside on a pole. I don't know how this dude didn't fall. And then he jumps on the ground like Spider-Man. He runs to his car, but he trips the alarm. And then he trips all the alarms to the cars. Everybody sees him in his costume, especially the boss, just shaking his head. So Phil's storyline is that his neighbor is going through a divorce. Phil's upset and he wants to know what happened, because he wants to make sure nothing like that would happen to him and Claire. And so there's a gag in this episode every time. And the gag, it was so funny when I first watched it, but now that I know it's coming, it no longer surprised me, which sucks. So basically, he has a motion detector on like this little pop-up Halloween thing, and he keeps forgetting it's outside, so it constantly keeps scaring him. It's hilarious when you watch it, but once you know it's coming, you kind of forget about it. So, anyways, um, so he's trying to like stay like sexy and spontaneous to Claire. She's not having it, and she's getting kind of creeped out. Okay, so Gloria, her storyline is she's with Manny, and she's picking him up from like practice, and she's on the phone with God, what's his name? Ed O'Neill's character, Jay, and so like he's making fun of the way she talks because she has a thick accent, a Hispanic one, and so it's really upsetting her and stuff, and he just won't stop, right? And so when he gets back, she's all like, "I picked you up some baby cheeses, like you want it." That's how she says it. And he's like, "What the world is this?" She's like, "You wanted baby cheeses." So she got him baby Jesus instead of little Cheez-Its. And she bought tons of them too. So when it gets to like the haunted house thing at night, Claire's all happy, she's excited, everybody's all dressed up. She telling everybody like what their cues are. And Gloria's supposed to be the Bruja, which is a witch, with her Hispanic accent. When she comes into the house, she's talking with an American accent because everybody keep making fun of her. Basically, she used to talk like this. It loves and the doggy eat well. Like she talks like that, right? But then when she's talking in her American one, she's all like, "No, no, no, Jay. I talk in my American accent." Like she sounds like a Southern belle. Everybody's kind of weirded out by this. So when the kids come, everybody forgets their cue. It infuriates Claire, but it irritates her at first. Then Cam is like, because so like before it started, Cam went on about, oh, he hates Halloween, this and that. And everybody's like, why? He's like, I can't tell you, it's too tragic. But then he decides to tell. And basically what it was is that he liked this little boy growing up. And when they went trick-or-treating, you're supposed to take one candy, but he took the whole thing. And people said who took it, he blamed it on Cam. But then the story gets cut off. And then when he's supposed to be like on the table, his head's the only thing supposed to show. You pull back the tray and it shows his head. Every time it gets pulled out, he starts retelling the story. Continuing and stuff. Talking about how like the townspeople started chasing him and everything. So then they try it again with the new trick-or-treaters. But everybody misses their cue again, which infuriates Claire. And then when Cam has the tray taken off, he's all like, I wet my pants. I wet my pants. When he was a kid and stuff. So Claire completely just like lays it into the family, fusses them out, talking about how Halloween's her day, and all she wanted was this. She goes in the living room, and so anyway, Gloria and Jay, they're still at it. He goes outside with her. He tells her a story about when he first met her. She likes it, but then Mitchell is the scarecrow outside. He comes up. She punches him in the face because he scared her. He's ready to leave, but then Claire has her meltdown, and then Phil like makes her feel better, but they're outside, and there's new trick-or-treaters in the house. This is the part that sucks. The family finally gets it right, the whole cues and everything like that, in their presentation. But we don't get to see it. We just get to hear it, which totally sucks. So then it ends with like Gloria asking everybody, like, everybody's still making fun of her and stuff. And he's talking about how he was in the military, had to disarm bombs, and that wasn't so scary. But Gloria getting pissed and fussing out the family, that was scary to him. This was probably their best Halloween episode. They have other ones, but this one takes like the farm. It is hilarious from beginning to end, especially when Claire smacks Luke's hand when he tries to take something sweet. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.